Hello. 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 Hey. All right. We are live, and today, a day that I've. You want to put the box cutter down? What's up, Logan? How's it going, buddy? Let me know if I turned up the mic here, and I want to make sure I don't like spike through it. So today is a day that I've waited for I say a very long time, but I just started buying the parts like, what, 3 weeks ago?
It's been your New Year's resolution
It's
like 2 years.
It was my New Year's resolution 2 years ago to build a PC, and then to keep myself from spending $1 million, I bought a pre-built one that hit most of the things that I wanted in a machine. So now that I actually it's a sound of fine. All right. So now that I actually have the disposable income to kind of build what I want and know what I want out of a PC, I have done. So today we're going to put it together. I keep looking at the thing. Let's put all the stuff on the table, she says. All right, so give me the big one. The case is a Corsair 250D. It's a mini ITX build, so it'd be about the size of a toaster oven. Do you actually want to unpack it?
No.
Okay. Okay, well this is gonna get real crowded real quick.
And then
For memory, give me the big one. For memory, it's a G.Skill Trident Z 3000, not 3200. I was gonna get the 3200, but the 3000 was on sale, so. And it's RGB, so why not? I mean, why not?
another pre-box. Also, some Micro Center.
That we're not. This is not a call out.
I'm not calling out.
The guy at the retail store was less than pleasant, is what she was saying. I still don't know if they're picking you up. I don't know, but actually I have an idea, but I'll do that in a minute. So to push it all, it's going to be an i7 8700K. That is the K model. It's the unlocked, which will require a cooler. So hand me the first one that you were going to. Yes, to cool it, Corsair H110i. They did a version 2 of this that was the H100i V2. Shelby's barely picking up. Okay, I can fix that. No, don't touch it over there. I have something I can do in XSplit to fix it. There's a version 2 of this, but it's slightly smaller, so the pump, I think it works a little bit harder, and it's a little more audible. I think that's what it was. Also, that one was on sale, so why not?
About the sale stuff.
For the board, yeah. I think all of this stuff was bought less than retail price. I think. I don't think I actually paid full price for anything. That was the whole goal. Asus ROG Strix Z370 iGaming for the ITX model. For the power supply, Corsair 750 model. It's a semi-modular, which means it has the ATX cable, the SATA cable power, and one other one, probably hardwired, but the rest are removable. So, pretty neat. I like that. Here's my ESD strap. This is an SSD that I just had laying around, so $0. I like that one. And then for the GPU, there we go. What?
Was mine.
Oh yeah. So we had this installed in her machine first because this was actually the first piece I bought. Like reflecting. That's cool. Oh no, it's keyed out. Oh, there's the chroma key. I was wondering why that was there. Oh, that's great. So yeah, this was the first piece I bought of this and didn't have a machine to put it in. So I was like, you know what? Today's your lucky day. You get a free 1080. And it's been in her machine for like a month.
It kind of fucked.
No, I just had to reset your settings because it was still set up for the 960 that it was on. So MSI GTX 1080 OC Aero for the GPU. All right, let's start pouring it all together.
And then Tom's epoxy.
The epoxy from one TK Raptor. I'm gonna put it back over here. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna undo the noise gate. Well, I can't do that because then once I start playing music on the TV, it'll pick that up as well, and I don't want that. What I could do is give you that long XLR cable and just let you walk around with it. Okay.
Oh great, Logan's playing.
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Zip ties. Huh? Yeah, I don't want to mess with it too much. Just kind of lean into this mic.
Oh God.
Don't tackle the mic when you need to speak. Before we get started, I'm going to ground myself because I don't want to burn through hundreds of dollars for lack of a $3 attachment.
My computer's on.
Yeah, but they're not my computers, and we've got so much replacement stock that I don't worry about.
Okay.
Do I have the StreamJar over? I do not, in fact. That one puts a little bit too much stress. Actually, that's a great point. That puts a little too much stress on my laptop, which we are using to broadcast now. So one of the benefits of this is that my laptop is now taken out of the equation. I can use my previous gaming machine to broadcast, which is much more capable of encoding stuff. It can handle lots of layers. You've seen that on your machine, Logan, how much stuff we can put on screen, and it's fine. So yeah, that's one of the things
The laptop's gonna be mine.
the laptop's going to be hers. That's one of the things that I'm excited about is being able to possibly broadcast in 60 frames a second, because this just can't do it. I think I'd have to lower the res to like 240 to get 60 frames a second. It's pretty bad. Even though it's an i7, it's a 4-year-old i7.
We bought that.
The laptop.
How long we been married?
2 years. 3 years? How long have we been married? I think it's 2 years.
I think it's not 2 years.
Oh, just shy of 2 years.
No, it's been 2 years. Yes, I think we celebrated our 3rd year.
Okay.
I think we celebrated our 4th year. Wait. Shit, I was yelling at whatever. Instead of spending wedding, he went and decided to spend all his money to buy a fucking laptop in the middle of trying to budget for a wedding.
That I may have done that. What?
When we had
Why are we doing?
because Logan's playing.
Oh, he's
Playing, so he has to.
okay. I mean, I can just. There's a number. I can just type in the number if you want. But hey, you know what? You do what makes you happy.
But spoiler alert: that computer is also going to.
Oh yeah, the new computer will let us like play VR games, and the previous gaming computer is powerful enough to capture VR games, and we will be introducing some VR content to the channel. Very excited about that. But yeah, once I heal my credit card, we'll be in business.
All right, let's do.
All right,
What do you
so
need first?
hold on, I'm gonna put this on my ankle
I just put it in your.
because I don't want it.
No, because I want like this. Like colors or something.
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah,
I don't want
that's
that.
Cute.
No.
Got a thing going on here. Quentin says, "Give Logan the satisfaction of calling all the boys."
Oh.
Here.
Get your wish. Don't mind these boys. That little guy? I wouldn't worry about that little guy. Oh.
Oh, I see. What do you?
I have a PC under the table that is grounded to an outlet, so I'm going to ground myself to that PC so that I don't shock my components.
The boys devote. I like it. I didn't know that that's what you had to.
So
I thought you could just yourself by like, got this band and.
Nope, there's actually a couple
to the floor like.
there's a couple different ways to do it. Here. You can ground yourself to the power grid of your house, which grounds you to the planet. Or you can bond yourself to the thing that you're working on. So like we're working on a computer.
Right.
The difference
A lot of mansplaining. But I asked a question.
I'm web-splaining. So I know. So shock comes from me being charged up and the metal case not being charged up, and it has to equalize the current between us.
Right,
so if I have a lot of charge, it has no charge, it's going to balance that as quickly as possible through the thing that I touch.
And you have a lot of charge.
I might be the most staticky person.
And that's our phrase.
I might be the most staticky person on the planet.
You legitimately get out of the car, fucking arc between the
every single time.
Every time. Ow, shit. Ow,
Yeah.
shit.
So,
all right. So what do we need first? The big box?
I don't know if it's because we moved to Texas and it's drier here, or because I grew out my hair.
It's got to be because you grew out your hair. It's got to be.
I have no idea.
You still have yet to catch your. Fuck shit.
Okay.
What do you need?
First,
My baby.
we'll start with the case. Also, every once in a while, I'm going to get you to go check on that laptop to see if, in my wisdom, I forgot to start my download of Windows 10. So, what? Oh, cool.
Prefer not to show our address to the entire world.
It's the P.O. box,
Yeah.
even though it's not a P.O. box. Yeah, also, try not to slam the table. I mean, you've got a shock mount on this, so we'll be alright.
Now, there was a lot of debate about your case. Annoying debate.
What do you mean? Like me?
So, the size of what you wanted one possibly smaller, but then there was a problem with smaller, then you wouldn't have fans, which told me the worst thing that you're always up to with a PC is heat.
Yes.
Constant heat.
Right.
So you've got to constantly counter that.
Right.
You got something that was bigger.
So this is essentially a massive wind tunnel. Here, point that camera down a little bit. Because I don't have it installed just yet, but this supports a 200 millimeter fan in the front. It's got a 140 in there now, but all of this negative space here can be filled with fan, which just makes this one big turbine pushing cool air in the front, hot air out the back. And I was like, you know what? That's just practical. Like if I want to dial this thing up in the future, or if I put hotter components in it, if I start adding accessories to it, not that there's a whole lot of room for that. But if I want to, I won't have to worry about heat. And being that it's an ITX build, everything is so compact and so close together. I was like, I would rather it just be able to run at full beans and not cook itself, rather than being super portable, super cool looking, super sleek and modern. So yeah, this was the more practical choice. There's always like the Fractal Node 202 that is an amazing looking case. There's the Loke Ghost. There is the Dan case that are all these like really well engineered, super cool, like innovative designs for mini ITX. Innovative. Community nights. Edited gameplay videos. I'm wearing that same shirt in that video. So yeah, this was me thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I don't move my PC around that much. If I was constantly going to parties with it, I might consider another one. But it's gonna stay put, so why mess with it? All right, so we'll start pulling it apart now. I'm going to get a bit of background music going. I think I am. Yeah, let me know if that's too loud, or if you can't hear it at all.
Now we have. Now what?
So I'm gonna start pulling pieces off the case so that I can access the guts.
So you recently, when we moved to Texas, you work while I talk. You got a new job, working as like a local IT guy at this company, and literally your job now is just to build computers every day. Which, by the way, I didn't know that existed anymore as a job. I thought for sure we've just gotten to the point where we can just order from Dell, Lenovo, HP, whatever the fuck we want, and we don't really need local IT guys. Pretty much everything is just done virtually whenever I have to chat or call in someone.
Removable filters. I love it. Removable magnetic filters.
Yeah, Logan, clean yours out more often. Calling you out.
Call out pose.
Call out. So before you started working this job, you hadn't built from the grounds a PC.
Not full systems. I had replaced parts in enterprise machines, which basically is just.
Thanks, Quentin, by the way.
Oh yeah. Which is just.
Call out.
Like you order the part from HP, they send you a new part, and you pop it in. Like that was the extent of me repairing a PC.
Well, that's not true. I break PCs. I break anything technological so often. You had to, at a very, very early stage of our relationship, deal with that. I stepped on a screen of a laptop. And you had to, and I was in school, which was 2.5 hours away from you. I had work and exams, and you had your own work, and so you couldn't come fix it. I didn't know where to go to get what I needed to fix it. So I think I went to Best Buy and got a cord. Walmart got a cord to plug my computer into my tiny little TV that you have when you're in school, because this was like
13-inch TV.
2011, whenever TVs were still pretty expensive. And that's how I was able to do homework for the rest of the week. But then he had to repair it. So other than that, anyways, the point is, you've gotten a lot more comfortable with building PCs. I have never seen you actually build a PC before. But I imagine it's just like working on cars with you.
It's Legos. That's all it is.
Oh great, now we're gonna start playing with Legos. Damn it, stop trending. So why are we pulling everything? Oh, so you have access to be able to get in there and do shit.
That as you will find out, a lot of today is going to be just me going. It's just like.
Can you make that face again?
With
What was that face?
Gorilla hand.
What was that face?
Trying
Quentin, I need you to just snip that shit.
Documentation.
That's me for me. I keep all this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, there was more stuff down in there.
Yeah.
You should really. Now you can see all this wires and shit.
So these are our I/O head or our power headers. Stuff for like power switch. You can't really. They don't look like anything. Just twisted cables and a connector. I bound them up like that, but like the cables themselves are twisted pairs. But I coiled them all up together. Yeah. He likes the music.
So I've never seen into a PC before like this. So many holes everywhere to allow the air in and out.
So this is our fan connector. That's what power that off of. There's a connector on the board itself. There's like case fan or something like that.
Oh, the board's that super weird looking thing that looks like my CCM for my car?
Yeah.
That you showed me the other day, but like super more advanced. Okay. Okay, I know what the board is now.
So this fan is unnecessary. I've got dedicated fans for my liquid cooler. So this is redundant.
Yeah, but don't you? Oh, because the solid state drive. No, cooler. What is it called? Liquid cooler.
Liquid cooler.
The two fans for that's gonna go right there.
Right.
I was gonna say, why would you take a fan out if you don't, like, isn't the whole point to have as many fans as you possibly can?
Yeah. So much so there are actually two 80 millimeters that go on the back here.
But we don't have those today. You didn't want to get those yet.
I'm gonna see if. First off, I'm gonna see if I can find some RGB ones.
Of course, everything's gonna be a fucking light show. Spoiler alert, this little glass right here is going to have a CB logo for Carpe Boredom.
Down in the bottom right of your screen, you'll get a preview of that.
Yeah, there you go. And it's going to be so that when you reflect, the light goes through, it's going to get it and it's going to shoot it onto the ceiling, and so
Like
it'll
a
actually
bat
be
signal.
CB. Pretty cool idea, I feel like. This is unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
Outside, right?
Just get it out of
Throw it
here.
out of here. Get
RG
out of here.
RGB is proven to give you 10 more frames per second.
Oh,
Everybody
I thought that
knows
was two more flops, sorry.
It's like putting stickers on your car. They add horsepower.
But we love bumper stickers because there may be some bumper stickers coming to you soon.
Sorry if that was loud.
What are these?
This one is
HD
for-
audio.
So this actually has headphone, and
Yeah, I saw that
Right?
earlier. And
That's-
2 USBs.
that goes through here. And these are for the USBs.
Okay, so we have 2 USBs. That really concerns me.
But
Because normally on a normal day, like, you need 10 USBs. We have 2.
back of the board.
But we only have 2 slots for the USB.
No. That's built-in USB. The board itself has onboard USB. Same way you have USB plugs back of yours, like where all your stuff is plugged in.
Hold on, folks. I'm going to go check the back of my laptop.
Yeah, like these are additional USBs that plug into the board, but those are on.
Actually, so the actual slot for the USB is on the board.
Yeah,
And the
on
board
board
goes
USB.
in the back, so you can just... Got it. So how many on the USB? Yeah.
I think it's 6 or 8.
Okay. Pretty good.
Most of them are USB 3 box if you want to.
Says 1 USB 3.1 Gen 2 front panel, 6 USB 3.1 Gen 1 ports, 4 at the back, 2 at midboard, and 6 USB 2.0, 4 at back panel and 2 at midboard. So we have a total of 13 plus these two, 14. 15.
Wait, that may not be. Really? Oh, yeah, okay. So that's not okay. Hold on. This only has
Gotten you distracted.
Like-
Keep working on your box.
there's not 13. It is capable of handling 13 USB connections ultimately, but on board there's only I think 6.
And that's confusing. That's misleading. Oh, you're pulling. What? There was a box in there? Where'd that box come from? What? What? I'd have totally put that damn thing together and it would have just been a box in there forever. It caught fire. There's a knife there if you want a knife. You want to get it for you? Sounds like there's something in there. Oh,
But I need to pull these little pins out.
I got you. You can work on that somewhere. Oh no, I'm gonna break it. Right.
Oh, okay. So this is your hard drive cage. So you pop a hard drive. So this is for a 3.5. We don't. No, the Samsung thing.
Oh.
So that's a 2.5. This is a 3.5-inch cage. So like something like a desktop, full-size desktop would use a 3.5. But since we have a smaller build, we're using a 2.5. You'll notice 2.5 will fit right in these cages.
Okay. Right over. I'm a visual learner.
Got here.
has. Logan, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
What?
You're still spelling it wrong, Logan. I need you to get it together and be on point and spell it right.
I'm so happy that they gave me twist ties.
You have an unhealthy obsession with zip ties.
You just wait.
And you know how to undo the zip ties so that you can still use the zip ties.
Kinda. Doesn't always work. If you just stick a thing in.
There you go. You got it.
Okay.
I'm excited to put stuff in it.
Alright. So we'll start with the power supply.
Oh, that's the boring part. Put the lights on.
Lights don't come to last.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Well, like, lights are in the memory and the board, but you don't see them till the end.
Well, I don't want to put the things in that make the light.
Oh, okay.
I want to look at that board. Super complicated. So I shouldn't touch this because I'm not grounded.
Well, I mean, there's no components in it yet, but
But I'm saying, I just realized.
ultimately, yeah.
What if I touch you? It won't matter because you're grounded. So if I touch you, then I can touch it, right? Because then you're. I got this. Got this. It's gonna be an excuse to be like doing this the entire time.
Filters all over this thing. I love it.
Logan.
Okay, hand me the Air X750M.
The 2017 edition.
Yeah.
Once again, gotta be a smart shopper when you're doing this shit. That's half of what it is. I'm learning physics. Let me tell you what, I excel with reading and history. I'm okay at writing, better than Logan and Ricky.
So many zip ties.
Science? Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Don't know how in the hell I made it through school with that. Oh god, there's still more in there.
I'm really hoping that this fits in there.
And that's gonna be another Amazon Prime 2-hour delivery for us today, folks.
So this case actually has some feet on the bottom of it, so it's about an inch or so off the ground, which lets the power supply get its own fresh air, which I really like. But you don't have to vent through the case air. You can actually pull in fresh air to the power supply and out the back. So, and it does a similar thing on the left side where the graphics card is. The graphics card gets its own fresh air because I have a blower style graphics card. So, pulls in its own air, shoots it out the back instead of churning that hot air inside the case. And then as far as evacuating the hot air, that's where the front fan comes in. And then also the all-in-one cooler is going to be intake, so that's going to pull in air over the radiator, and that'll pressurize the case and get it out the back.
So that was all super complicated. And I didn't understand a damn thing whenever you first told me something like that. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So basically, I didn't know this, but the inside of a computer case is pressurized.
It's not pressurized all the time. You will either by design or by accident, you will either end up with negative or positive pressure inside your case.
So you want to have it so that it's negative?
Positive.
Positive. You're constantly blowing out.
Right.
Because there was something about you don't want dust to be getting in there, so you got to keep it pressurized and you got to keep the dust out.
So it's all about.
You don't want to be sucking in.
It's all about control. Want all of your intake through filtered air. If you create negative pressure, it's going to draw in air any place where there's a hole, all these little seams along the edges, all these unfiltered grates in the back, it's going to suck in dirty air.
Mm-hmm.
If you create positive pressure, you're controlling all of the intake by saying only take in air through these filtered points.
Right. That way you keep the dust out and you keep all your air being pushed out so the heat is out. No.
Juicy, that's not gonna work all the times. I mean, it's possible, depending on what your issue might be. But most cases, no.
Most of the cases, I don't keep my Richard anywhere near. God, I wish Ricky was here today. I don't let Richard even get near our computer stuff because he's like computer illiterate. Sorry, Ricky, but it's true. You're like on the same level as me, man. There's so many chords here. I don't understand how someone could even, like, how would you do this if you didn't know this shit already? There's no, like, I'm just gonna build a PC today. Sure, I got money. Let me just go buy some parts. No, you can't. Because where the fuck does this and there's 4 ones here go? You gotta have some knowledge.
Can't say I've ever done that.
Nope, he says no. Really feeling this music, by the way. It's very upbeat. You put the power supply in there, and then now you're okay. Are you actually attaching it? Were there screw holes in this power supply I didn't see? Oh yeah, there are.
Yeah.
We're just going to pause you for a second, love. Pick this up and turn it a little bit so you can see what you're doing. And we got another boy. Juicy glands, I'm not saying that I haven't done that myself because that's usually what I do. So now at this point I just immediately go, I broke it, I'm walking away, come fix it right now because I'm impatient. Yes.
I mean, Juicy, I took Ritalin for a long time. So I know what you mean. Yeah, I was prescribed it in the 2nd grade.
Do everything that was terrible about Ritalin and the side effects. There, Logan. All right, Juicy Glands. Logan's got an idea for you.
Maybe?
We're thinking outside of the box today, guys. The box.
I'll be honest, when I saw this power supply, I was like, oh crap, did I buy a physically too large power supply? That's the first time I took it out of the box.
This is a pretty fucking huge power supply. I remember you telling me something about the power supply can't be more than 1.5 or something like that. What was that?
So this is rated at 750 watts. According to PC Part Picker, the full EDP, and I forget what that stands for, I think is the metric I'm going by, is 361 or something like that. So you don't want your PSU working at over 50% capacity for long stretches. It can stress it out, make it fail early. You don't want that. Seems like everything I try and fix on speed doesn't work. Like, yeah, ain't that always the way?
I'm kind of interested because you can't see on the camera right now, but at the top where the power supply is, there is a switch and a plug.
Yeah.
And so how did you just went on something that was compatible with this case to know that this switch would match up with the power supply block that you bought?
So this is an ATX power supply, and this case is rated for ATX power supplies.
Okay, so they're compatible with each other.
Yeah, the manufacturer will tell you what power supplies it's compatible with, what boards it's compatible with, how big of a GPU will, like over here, like the GPU has to fit inside the case, and GPUs are getting pretty big, so they'll actually tell you no longer than like 295 millimeters or something like that, and then you go to your GPU manufacturer and say, hey, what are the dimensions of the GPU? This one's 280 millimeters. You're good.
Gotcha. A lot of research, a lot of going back and forth between what you're going to use and will this fit or will not fit.
The most annoying part of
what's on
this.
sale.
Yes.
What's your price range?
The most annoying part is like as you get farther and farther down the parts list of finding things that work with the things you've already set on. Pitch that up a little bit. I think we may leave that one up, just like on us, a little higher. How about that? There we go. My shirt starts to key out every once in a while because it hits a shade of green. You can start to see the logo behind it. Can't hear you.
I was showing you guys the tiny screws we're working with here.
Right.
I'm very interested in how tiny they are. They're so adorable. This is why most people end up just, fuck it, I'm gonna buy a goddamn PC.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to have to do all that research. Or it's just not that they don't want to, it's out of their knowledge. Like, I would never be able to do this. That's when you need to have a good friend that will do all that research for you and will tell you, this is what you need to buy, this is what you need to buy, this is what you want. Hey, FYI. You just also need someone that's smart with money and sales, too. And we got another boy. Turn the wrong one. And another boy. Be the narrative part. Didn't you buy a nice little case over there with screws and lots of screwdrivers? And all that nice fancy stuff.
I like this one. That screw set is for when I'm inside the case, I have very little space to...
Good thing you got tiny hands. My tiny hands.
I was like, oh, I absolutely don't. Okay. Silica gel packet.
Careful, cat.
Don't eat it.
Don't let your animals get that either.
Humongous twist tie.
That's pretty big. That's what she said. Those look like snakes because they've got some kind of mesh around them.
Yeah. So this is your ATX power supply. This goes to your board. Deliver power to the board so that your board can then power all the components directly connected to it. This one is specifically for graphics card. The graphics card.
My graphics card.
The graphics card.
My graphics.
The graphics card.
My graphics.
So it gets its own dedicated power supply.
Does that mean we're ready for the board? Stop imposing my will. But I won't.
I think I'm gonna do the cooler next. Because, see, I'm not sure what's gonna get in each other's way. So I'm just kind of trying it.
You're winging it. Just admit it. You're winging it.
Very much winging it. Documentation.
Thank you. Oh my god.
It doesn't look like most of this stuff will fit in it. When you look at the volume of things we're cramming into this case, it doesn't look like they'll fit.
Which just further points out why heat is always such a problem, because you're jamming such big shit in a tiny case.
So, I'm pleased to find out that this has thermal paste applied to the cooling block already. A little gray square is the pre-installed, pre-distributed thermal paste.
So what is all this? What is this thing?
So this is the radiator. This is where the coolant.
Oh, let's not talk coolant, right?
This is where the fluid runs through. The fans blow cool air across this. It cools the fluid. That fluid then runs down through this cooling block, which is attached to your CPU, and it takes away the heat from your CPU.
So this plugs into the CPU. This plugs into the CPU, and then there's constantly something cool.
Fluid.
Water.
It's not water, but call it water.
Okay, so water is going through up here, cooling down between all of these little layers, up, down here, stops CPU, and then goes back up hot, and then back up here.
Right.
Cycles.
It exchanges heat.
Okay. And the thermal paste is for what?
So when you press two pieces of metal together, as flat as they are, there's not perfect contact.
Right,
There's
okay.
always little microscopic gaps, and air is an awful heat conductant. It can't transfer heat away from the CPU to something else. In this case, the cooling block.
So the thermal paste acts as a connector between the two.
Right.
Change the cool.
Right. It smashes between all the gaps of the aluminum or steel or whatever it is, so that it can transfer it has as much surface area to get heat away from the CPU into the cooling block.
Gotcha.
So, there. Unpack these fans. So these are the connectors for various accessories that we may or may not connect.
Okay.
So like this would be if you had a different board that only had a 6-pin connector, or if you needed another, like, so this goes from one, yeah. So you could plug this into a single power supply and then split it out to 2 separate feeds. So some graphics
So
cards.
this is all power supply stuff?
Yes, all this goes to the power supply.
Trying to keep our work area clean here,
Oh,
sir.
okay, yeah.
Not very familiar with, I'm sure.
Humongous
Oh my god,
fans.
I want these Ziplocs. Keep these Ziplocs, don't rip them. Great for packing.
Fans are enormous. So, it doesn't say so. There's usually an arrow on one of the sides that'll tell you the direction of the airflow. In most cases, the side that you see the controller on, where all the guts are for the fan, so there's nothing on that side. It's just kind of open, but there's actually like a frame on this side. It almost always blows toward the frame. So, depending on if you want exhaust or intake, that's the way you would point your fan.
We want exhaust.
Intake.
We want intake. I got that right.
Sure, okay.
Yeah. I get it wrong. Find a toy for the next.
So, because of the size of this, these are going to be mounted on the inside like this, and they're going to pull air through here. So, be screwing through there. It's exhausting from the outside. Yes, technically.
I was right.
Okay.
Can I screw something?
Yes. Once I find the appropriately sized screws.
Really my job whenever we do something anything like with the cars or in the house, computers. It's a very simple job. Quentin's always got my back. Or just for you, Quentin.
I know what you're doing.
Just for you. So, I'll wait till we get there.
So,
Love get pizza.
so these screws go all the way from the top of this housing through the bottom, and then they're going to bolt into that.
Oh, we made Quentin smile. My day is complete. Now can we start using the tiny screwdriver? We got the cord going the right way we want it to go on. Put the fan with this in and out. Oh, yeah. The non-technical one caught it that the fan was the opposite way.
I had it the right way, I just had it on the wrong side.
We're gonna be putting that. Holding. That's what I'm here for. Primary thing. Is there any kind of washer or anything for this? It's a valid question. Usually we use washers for shit. You're welcome. I do. I like our music. No, I get to screw. I get to screw them in. Okay. Alright, you're gonna get the other one done. Yeah.
Okay. And the more I think about it, I'm wondering if I should have that lead coming out the bottom. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I had it coming out the back, but yeah. Yeah, it was, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so that they can fit from all the way at the back of the fan so that you're not having to like seat it and then reach through the other screw hole to get to the lower one. No one likes reaching through the screw hole.
But we do want to make sure all of this is really, really secure, so we have to use the right screws for every part of this. I'm going to tighten these up, but I'm going to leave the the final tightening round to you. That way you can determine how tight you want it.
Yeah.
Normally you like everything really, really tight, but I don't know if that's the same for something like this.
Yeah.
That's why I'm leaving it so you can judge how tight you want that. Oh, looky here, we have a surprise guest. Cat. This one's not on the right thread. Not too tight. You really want to have a successful PC, but you gotta have two people doing things at the same time. So is this one in the bottom right. It's a little bit pressed, but long like the other ones did. Yes, we have a cat named Miko, and he is debating if he wants to appear behind us or not. He's hanging right off camera because he's a smart little shit. And because he found one of the boxes, and so he's gonna play with the box now.
Yeah.
Baby. What would you? And I am a crazy cat lady. Before anyone comments on it, I own it. I have no problems with it. Don't have children, will not have children. He is my child. Alright, check my ones for tightness. While I go get a special guest.
Oh boy, this is about to get animated. He's not enjoying any part of this. Not one bit. But I do remember that, in fact.
I don't remember you calling my cat that. A big cat. Logan the finger. When did he call him Barf Shrimpson? Logan. I'm giving you eyes right now. Oh, I remember that now. That took me a minute. I was super wasted that night.
Okay. These are all connected. I don't remember if we have enough fan headers on the board. I believe this has a connector that will split one into two, so that should do it.
Okay.
Okay. Are there any other packages from the cooler?
Was that one package there? That was it from the cooler.
Okay. No power splitters?
No, but there's those things down there. Unless one of these cords up here you grabbed out of the box.
That is the main lead. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
Okay, Quentin says, I love million butt dollars.
$1,000,000.
Quentin, I'm learning a whole new side of you today, man.
I'm debating. So,
Gotcha, Quentin.
So should I put the radiator outmost, or should I put the fans on the other side so that the fans are most outward?
You are literally asking the wrong person.
I know, I'm thinking out loud. Because right now, as it is, it's going to be mounted like that. No, but like I can't fit it on the inside, so it'll be there. I can fit it on the inside. I just can't do it while I'm holding all this. No, they'll still be blowing the same direction. It's just, do I want the fans on this side or that side? So the concern is that because they're in suck mode instead of blow mode, any dust that accumulates is going to be on the inside of this fan, like on that edge. To whereas if it was on this side, the vacuum side is on the outside. So I can, if there is any dust, I can just wipe it off. So I think this way actually saves me a little bit of room, because like these pipes are now inset instead of being farther out, because it has identical width whether it's on this side or that side, but these pipes are now farther outward, and I'm already gonna have to like curl them around to get them to reach the CPU. So I think I'll leave it like that. I think I'm okay with that. I'm going to take a couple of the sides off. So hold this and put that over there on the table. Yeah. Don't want to bang it on anything. They're riveted in, so I can't take that off. Not taking it off. But this front panel comes off entirely.
Oh, thought you broke it. Sounds like you're breaking it. Oh, I don't know if the mic can pick up all these cracks.
Okay, so that didn't buy me as much room as I thought it would. Well, it may have done. So the reason I'm being careful with this is because, like, if you press on this end, you're like smearing the thermal paste that they've installed. I'm just trying to be careful with that. I'm gonna take out one more plate. Okay, let's try that again. My cooler too big? I don't think that's true. I think this cooler is physically too large for this case. It's the cooler's too big. Well, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna mount it to the outside. And I'll get a different model. Or figure something out. I'll find a use for it. I mean, if we build another desktop, I'll use it there. Yeah. Well, perhaps I should have gotten the H100 V2 instead of the H110. I bet that's what it is. The H100 is slightly smaller so that it fits there. Yep. No, we're not going to mod this case. Not doing that. Alright, so now the next question is how do we get this mounted? Doesn't fit. It's way too big.
Oh no.
Yeah, for real. Hold on. Let's... That's what I'm wondering, like, run up to Micro Center or something like that. I know they'll have these. That might be an idea. This, like, it physically doesn't fit. And not only does it not fit, there's not a way to mount it, I don't believe. Right, that's the other thing. It's like, if it's on the outside of the case, this tubing has no way to pass through. Nail cut. Alright, so, looks like we'll have to put this on hold, and...
We're going to drive to Micro Center
we're gonna
to
get a new cooler.
And then we'll be back. Take us about an hour and 30 minutes.
Hour and a half, yeah.
And we will be back.
Right, so... 2:45, 3 o'clock. Expect us to see us back here.
No.
3:45, 4 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, Eastern.
Sorry about that.
Or Central.
Time zones, folks.
But yes, we'll be back.
Yeah, we'll do this again.
We're going to finish all this.
All right. I'm going to leave it as is. We will pick up precisely where we left off. So we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Yes.
In fact, yeah.
Absolutely. Logan's going to play God of War while we are on a quick
brief intermission.
Run.
Brief intermission.
All right. Sounds good. Logan's going to take over, and then we will be back at 3:45 for Eastern to finish building the PC. I'm back.
All right. Bye, guys.